Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for this video. I have had a few messages on Instagram and in comments and things over the last few months asking me if I use the monthly section of my planner and if I could show how I use it, either in a video or with pictures. So I just thought I'd put a video together. I'm not going to record these every month because I really like to have this is kind of my headspace area, if that makes sense. But I thought because I wanted to use up the leftovers from this kit that I used for a recent plan with me as my monthly spread, I thought, well, everything's kind of ready to go. I'll film this one. July was a relatively busy month in terms of stuff going on, so it wasn't like I was going to only put 2 or 3 plans down. So yeah, it sort of made sense to use this one. But basically what I do is there are exceptions where I will buy a monthly kit from usually Miss and Meow. I absolutely adore her monthly kits. If you are looking to use your monthly spreads and you don't really know where to start, her kits are amazing. They come with so many fancy boxes. The artwork is always incredible. So if you love her weekly kits, you will love her monthly kits. And the format is just fantastic. And you can usually choose in the kind of sidebar section. Sorry, Wendy just stretched out next to me and threw her head down. In the sidebar section on the right hand side, you can usually choose like a decorative one or a more functional one with kind of post-it note style things that you can write on. So I usually choose the decorative one. I've always loved her monthly kits. So if you're in the market, I highly recommend hers. And I know Sadies Stickers sells them as well. Loads of shops do monthly kits. And that you can get printable ones. I have noticed Paper Crown Planner has some monthly kits. I don't think I've tried any. I may have done in an earlier spread, but I don't think I have. Because I like to use leftover kits because those stickers will probably never get used otherwise. So it's just quite a nice way to kind of use up anything that I have left over from a spread that I loved. And I absolutely loved this kit. And I just thought, you know what? I've used the kit in July, tie it all in, use it for my July monthly. So I will generally just, kind of make the, I guess it's the date cover section equivalent, just kind of look as pretty as I can, because if you get a monthly kit, the top banner that has the month written on it will fill that whole space. There's a lot of space up there. So if you don't use a monthly kit, it can look a bit sparse and disproportionate. So I tend to try to move my weekday scripts just up a bit from where they were before and just try and kind of fill that space as best I can. Some kit leftovers, of course, I don't have nearly this many leftovers, so I just have to make it work. I have loads of scripts in terms of monthlies that I've collected over the years. So, you need the big month scripts to make that look proportionate, I guess, again, to the space. I used one from Sadies Stickers. These are her most recent ones that I believe came out for maybe even Black Friday last year. They were released with her 2025 planners anyway. And I love them. So Sadies Stickers, they're the big or the large scripts, and they are designed to fit on these pages. So they fit perfectly over the monthly script where it's written. Sorry, I'm starting to get my nose every single time I do a voiceover. What is it with my nose? So I do absolutely love those. Very delicate, a very delicate script from Sadies Stickers. I would absolutely buy those again. I always buy them in every foil. I tend to white out everything just because then I can place everything wherever I want. I don't have to put it exactly over the script. I haven't shown it because it would be really tedious to film and to watch, but I have whited out every single date as well. You'll notice when I come to actually putting the plans down as such, I have whited out all of the numbers, and I have put I used Harriet Wright Designs really, really old date dots. I like to use older date dots that I'm never going to really use in weekly spreads in my monthlies because it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not as these pages tend to look a bit more a bit more junk journally, I guess. I just kind of put stickers everywhere. I don't really have like a form to where everything goes, so it doesn't matter if I'm using kind of glossy, way out of date style date dots. So anyway, I'm sure I'll show you in a second the Harriet Wright Designs stickers that I am using. But like I say, they're really old, so you will probably, if you're looking for date dots, I wouldn't recommend you go hunting for them. But you can get date dots from tons of shops, Sadie stickers, paper chart plans. You can get them from Harriet Wright Designs as well. I don't think Miss and Meow does date dots. I'm trying to rack my brain, but yeah, all of the foil that I used was the foil add-on that came with the kit. And I believe this was the May 2024 mystery kit that I'm using the leftovers for. So in terms of plans, I do a very pared back. I know a lot of people do a kind of highlight of the day or memory of the day or gratitude of the day. People use this this part of the planner for a million different things, but I personally just do kind of the big things or appointments. So I had a wax appointment, so I've put that. I've put in my flights. I've put in when I checked in. I've put in when Lewis was working away. I've put in a funeral that we're going to this month. I've put in birthday events. It was Lewis's 30th birthday, and I have very much just used the fancy boxes that I had left over in the kit, and then I've used white stationery icons, my newest addiction icons, and Crafts by Towie icons. Now, I tried to go into my newest addictions website the other day because I could have sworn blind. Sorry, I just need to take a deep breath there. I could have sworn blind that shop was still open and running, but I can't get in. It says we're closed to process orders, but it's been that way for weeks. I don't know if that's normal because I very rarely shop from my newest addiction, but I wanted to see if that shop still sells icons because I really, really like their foiled icons, but I can't get into it, so I don't know if that shop is still going. I'm also going to buy at some point in the next couple of months some icons from JK Creates. I've never ordered from that shop before, but Tao from Crafts by Towie said that she isn't planning on coming back anytime soon, and I am eventually going to run out of foil icons, so I'm going to need to find a replacement. So she recently posted, JK Creates Co. recently posted about having like a 30% off icons recently, so I did end up going and having a scroll. She has tons, absolutely tons of foiled icons. So if you are also worried about running out of your Crafts by Towie stash like I am, sorry, my nose is all like blocked and bunged up now. I'm so sorry. That must be so annoying to listen to my voice just slowly get worse and worse. But I am going to give them a go. So I will let you know. I probably won't order any until maybe the end of August, because I'm hoping that she will create some Latin and ballroom foil shoe icons. I'm really hoping she will create those, and then I'll do a bulk order, and then I will let you know what they're like. I'll let you know what the size is like, if they're comparable to Crafts by Towie, and if they're good quality. So yeah, this is what my monthly spreads tend to look like. Some of them are a lot more empty if I don't have much going on, but yeah, I hope this kind of answered the question for those of you that were curious. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.